that time of week once more for Muji and Dan to give you the comic store. It's time to open up those bags and boards, fans. Welcome to Get Your Pulls.
Get your pulls.
Hello.
It's the beginning of the podcast, not the end. Sorry. We just talked for like 45 minutes off air, so my mind got messed up.
Hey, I always warn you against this, but you
Yes.
always say, don't give away the best stuff off the air, because then we're going to have to talk about it. And then we
Yeah.
talk about it for 45 minutes. So we started, but hopefully
Yes.
we still got a little bit of gas left in the tank. About a weekend of 2014.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. The Image Expo, they decided to move that to right at the beginning of the year because they couldn't contain both their excitement for announcing all their books and their contempt for DC and Marvel.
And they're shit talking.
So they had to go ahead and get it done right off the bat.
So you proclaimed 2014 would be Year of the Muge. We are 1 week in, maybe two.
I'm going to have to win the lottery, I think, for it to become Year of the Mooch at this point. So far, we're a week in, and which is a mini thing, but out of the 3 jobs that I was like, I'm going to get one of these jobs, I bet I get offered at least 2 of these jobs. Haven't heard anything yet. Who knows, but haven't heard anything yet. Found out I may have a leak in the head gasket in my car, which, that's going to be if it puts some shit in there and fix, it's going to be like $20. If not, it's going to be like $600 to fix. So that sucks. That really makes it hard to go to one of these jobs if I get them. And then, man, there's been a list, just at my house.
Shit list, huh?
Yeah, dude. So far this year, let's see. I'm at my house. All of a sudden, there's no fucking pressure in the water. It's coming in and out. Who knows what the fuck that is? That could be anything. My car's trying to fuck up on me. Let's see. I got my mom an HD TV for Christmas, which is awesome. But she's had to. We had to already got a box from Comcast so you could watch stuff in HD. Didn't work. Had to go back down there. Then they took my HD cords, so couldn't plug it up. Had to go back down there. Had to go to Comcast fucking 3 times in the new year.
Ouch.
It's been a Christmas curse. It actually started I think the day of Christmas. So far 2014 has been the year of the Mooge. If by year of the Mooge it means that I keep getting punched in the dick. That's not what I meant when I said it's going to be year of the Mooge. I meant daily, cool stuff, not daily dick punches.
Well, I'm sorry. My no smoking resolution has continued, so yay for that.
That's cool.
My fucking power bill was goddamn $500 this month from all the fucking cold, so that sucked fucking 50 dicks at least.
It's because fucking...
And I might have to go suck 50 dicks to get enough money to pay for that fucking power bill.
It's because karma, God, whatever you believe in, they're just you don't get to get ahead. You save some money not smoking, we'll get you.
Yeah, we'll get you, motherfucker. Don't worry, we'll fucking get you.
We'll change the climate up a little bit. It'll be cold for fucking 8 months out of the year if that's what it takes to make sure you don't have any money.
Thank God I can command a fucking pauper's wage at fucking independent wrestling shows to pay for my comic book habit thus far, because with fucking power bills like that, I ain't got no money coming from any other sources to pay for them.
Or, crazy idea, a little dangerous, is that you just never turn the heat on and just burn any shitty comics you have for heat. Might work out the same, who knows?
25-year-old Dan?
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Fucking 34, 33-year-old Dan with the responsibilities and the kid. You gotta keep that power bill on.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about our bullshit.
It's got to turn around.
That's right. No, it's fucking gonna.
Hopefully just all the bullshit just gets itself out of the way in the first couple weeks, and the rest of the year is just making up for it with fucking money and women.
It's gonna. I'm tired of it.
Woman.
Tired of it.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. I understand.
Yeah, tired of it. Tired of the bullshit.
Somehow I can finally fucking connect with Jackie Fargo from 1977. We're on the same page.
I'm tired of it.
I'm also sick and tired of being sick and tired. But
yeah, fucking seriously, no, it's happening.
It's
this
real
year.
legit sick and tired too. But fucking, I keep reading about these crazy plague flus that are going around like around the country, and it's like
I got one for a
I don't.
day.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
had one for like several days.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel sick anymore, but I still like have not felt like 100% in like a month, maybe 6 weeks. Like I just get up and just feel fucking, no sore throat, no like kind of a headache, kind of sick, like where your stomach feels weird. I mean, it's I went to the doctor and they're just like, oh, you just got a sinus, something in your sinuses, we'll knock it out. It kind of knocked it out, but they basically, I've known the doctor in fucking 10 years, and I finally go, and basically they tell me to tough it out.
Pandemic?
Yeah.
Pandemic zombie flu
It could
coming?
be, I mean, it could be time. Maybe that's it. Maybe all this shit's happened to me because the zombie apocalypse is happening, and I'm convinced we will rise to the top if that happens.
Well, if nothing else, we've done our homework for the last fucking 30 years.
Or we'll find some people with lots of guns, and we'll be the brains, and we'll find our way to it. But anyways, at least it was a good week for comic news. There are a lot of announcements that are going to become painful announcements if I keep having cars fucked up and jobs not calling and don't have any money. I'll steal. There's bad people. I'll steal from bad people.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to read some of these Image books. So, I mean, if it means like fucking stealing from the bank, I'll Robin Hood it. I don't think that. One day I did seriously like think about when I was like 23. You remember this? I had this job for like 6 years and it was over. And it was the fucking right when the economy just took the tank, and it was fucking impossible for anybody to find even the shittiest of jobs for like 6 months. And I seriously considered like a plan. I was like, I think I could rob a bank and get away with it. but then I thought it over a little bit, and I was just like, the one thing, like the one fuck up would be like, if like a guard shows up with like a gun, it's like I couldn't like shoot him. Because then I would be doing something that I would feel horrible. So then I would just go to jail. So it's like, if you show up and then you're in there about to rob the bank and it looks good and somebody walks in, I would just drop the money and be like, oh. So that kept me from doing it.
Or you could have had a contingency plan, like a fucking blowgun with fucking tranquilizer darts. We go.
I fucking wouldn't have the money for that. I'm robbing a bank here. I can't go out and get this equipment.
Well,
if I had the money to set up these extravagant things, then I wouldn't need to rob the bank.
You could have made a homemade version of it, I'm sure.
Yeah. So NSA, if you're listening, I said I wasn't gonna do it.
Well, now if you do, there's fucking recorded evidence. Yeah. So
now if any banks get knocked over in Saudi in like the next 3 months, they're gonna be like, I heard you have this plan back in 2003. And we're like, it fucking wouldn't even work now. It's security. It's so much better. Anyways.
Things going good for potty humor.
Yeah, things are going good, I suppose.
We're hoping. Anyway, new website's coming soon. Got a new show, Last Action Zeros, debuting this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be lots of fun.
Hopefully the title's not the funniest part of it. I'm sure it won't be.
No, we got our buddies all Killer No Filler, Josh fucking Miller, and Ian Sharp, a stand-up comedian, and a somewhat successful metal band vocalist with those two guys. Seen a lot of movies. They spend a lot of time in front of the television, and they got a lot of opinions, and they're really
That's code word for they're fat like us.
They're gonna sound off. They're gonna be covering your favorite action, sci-fi, and kung fu movies. So don't miss Last Action Zeros here, debuting soon on the Potty Humor Network.
Yeah, it'll be coming on YouTube soon, and then the fucking website, if it gets redone, it'll be there. But the reason I'm gonna need to rob a bank or get a job, whichever one turns out to be easier, whichever one my car will get me to. There's a bank I can walk to, but it's Image at the expo when they had it right off the bat. Very exciting. As Image slowly creeps up to where, depending on how you want to say it, they've got to change their name when they talk about how like good they are. They just have to say like we're the number one creator-owned publisher there is. You can't say you're the number one indie. Like, you're not. The spirit of being an independent is like doing things like outside the system and all this. It's like you can't have the most popular TV show on cable and be independent. I mean, they're up to like their marketplace stuff increased again. I mean, they're still way smaller than DC and Marvel overall, but it's like they get all the same writers. You can't have the same people working for you.
Like
all the
they
book,
got,
you know,
like they have a very legitimate piece of the market. Like you can't say that about like wrestling. Well, I know everybody. Well, fucking dad is fucking always talking about wrestling. Like you motherfuckers wouldn't even be listening to this show if you didn't know me from wrestling. So shut the fuck up. But anyway.
Oh man, I thought it was all because of my Twitter quips. But keep
No,
going.
besides the Muji Twitter clips.
Okay.
In addition. So, but it's like, you look at wrestling, and there's not, even the biggest indie company in wrestling would be like Ring of Honor, okay?
Yeah, that's an indie.
They don't really have a fucking successful business model.
No.
They're a tax write-off for a large corporation.
Yeah.
So,
there's a handful of guys making a living.
Yeah.
But there's also a handful of guys with, like, other jobs.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, Image is like a fully functioning chunk of the market.
Especially at this point, man, there's just... I mean, I guess I'm nitpicking whatever you want to describe as indie, but much like when, like, indie music, when you're like, I'm listening to indie rock, oh, it's fucking Clive Davis, like, fucking is the guy who's, you know, making it. No, you're not indie anymore. If you're on the same label as, you know, fucking... If in the 90s, if you're like, oh, we got this cool new indie rock band, they're on the same label, they're fucking opening for fucking like Metallica. You're like, no, that's not indie. Not if you fucking somebody paid you $100,000 to record this and you're going on a tour that sells out stadiums. That's not the same. In movies, when all of a sudden it became like the cool thing, like people respected you if you made an indie movie.
Oh yeah.
So all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, fucking George Clooney and Brad Pitt are starting an indie. No, they're not. It becomes not an indie when they're in it. When you have to pay, like, you can't have $100 million indie movie. Like, Wolf of Wall Street's this new movie. It's fucking great. But there's this crazy thing happen, like, the film company that, like, distributed all of Christopher Nolan's movies. Not his company. He's got Syncope makes his movies. Legendary.
There you go.
Legendary.
I'm trying to think of the theme.
Legendary is considered an independent like movie place because they don't have a studio basically, so they're not a studio. But they had to deal with Warner Brothers to like make like 20 movies with Warner Brothers. So technically, like Batman, you could have considered an indie because they made it because it wasn't financed by they went in half with the studio. But there are other movies like let's say 100%, it would have been like. What's the Magician movie?
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
If you haven't seen that fucking movie, by the way, it's one of the greats.
A movie that costs like fucking $100 million to make with fucking Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale in it. Not an indie. Wolf of Wall Street. So you had to get independent financiers to make it. They give you $100 million. That is not an indie. It's fucking. You can see it everywhere. An indie is a fucking movie that some dude gets the fucking money to make, and then it fucking releases one day in your fucking town, or if you live in a cool place where you get like everything, and then it's on VOD the next day. That's an indie. That's where people, are putting something up. It can't fucking be distributed by Warner Brothers and be an independent film. And I feel,
you can only be really an indie if you're struggling.
Yeah, and I feel that way with comics now too. And also, if like all these people are like kind of doing their own thing, like they're the best. Image is the best creator-owned place. And like I said, it's just whatever your definition of independent is. But I mean, that's to say that no company besides DC and Marvel could ever be considered anything but an indie because they're the two established things. So everything else is an indie for life. I don't think so. Not anymore. Especially when you're sharing the talent. When you have DC's most popular writer, when you have the guy who's writing Batman and Superman writing your most anticipated new book, that's not an indie book. Like, that's a book that is going to sell a ton of copies, and that's just that he's happened to write the book there. That's, like I said, like Scott Snyder writing a book for Image and calling it an indie book is the equivalent of fucking Brad Pitt being in a movie and calling it an indie movie. Like, it's not. But nonetheless, after that rant on semantics, fuck you, semantics.
God damn you, semantics.
Image.
I am anti-semantic.
I'm anti-semantics. Very pro-Image. They did announce about 1 billion really, really awesome things. We'll go over a few of the most exciting ones because there's just too many to talk about everything. But there are at least like 5 comics they announced that I 100% know I have to get, which means I either have to get more money or I'm going to have to cut some more books, which there's nothing I want to cut right now. So that sucks. So I'm just going to have to find a way to get more money. Or sell some shit. I don't want to sell my shit either. I like my figs.
Yeah, I don't either. So some of my shit's going up on the chopping block, though.
Yeah. But so we got new Image books. Started out really new. Kirkman gave a little bit more info on Outcast, which is going to come out in June. They set that date for it, so that's cool. That's plenty of time. Most of these books are coming out summertime or later. Some maybe not even this year. A lot of them are just like, this is almost like just a press release for a movie studio. Some of these, it's like, in the future, I got a book that's going to come out at Image. It's like, you know when? It's like, nah, I have fucking no idea when it's going to come out, but it's going to come out. Like, we know that. But Kirkman has Outcast coming out in June. That's his Exorcist book that looks awesome with Paul Azaceta. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it looks awesome. He's a good artist. But that's coming out. Invincible is kind of relaunching. It's like issue 111. He's promoting his 3 number 1s. He said it's going to be a completely new direction for the book, and it's a jumping on point. So he doesn't want to renumber it. He's still writing and everything, but he says it's almost like a whole new number 1 for the series. So who knows what that means? I mean, maybe it's just, you know.
That's a book I'm so severely behind on, and like is probably one of the favorite comics I've ever read. So that's like that may be a project of mine in 2014 when the financial situation turns around for the Rev.
Yeah.
Is to get caught up on some Invincible, because that sounds kind of cool.
I think you make like $30 a week giving blood.
I mean, that would pay for
for my comics.
Yeah,
I could expand my list even. I think. I'm spending about $80 a month on comics. I could even add more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you get a cool $120 a month for donating plasma. You think,
you got to drive down there and do it?
So, and you also got to subtract getting robbed by the meth heads who are going to give plasma to go buy meth, and then, you know, you might still come out ahead, though.
You come out at least even, but anyways, got to have a car for that, though, so we'll see, but it could be a plan. Blood for books. Blood for comics. I could do that for like a year and then write a fucking sweet documentary about how much I love comics, how I gave blood for them, and fucking win Sundance. Or I'll write a comic about it. That's going to be it. I'll write a fucking really snooty fucking comic that nobody's ever heard of about my love for comics, how I gave blood for it, and then people will be like, this is what comics should be like, dude. Fuck the capes.
But in the end, instead of becoming morbidly obese from quitting smoking like I'm probably going to do, I'll die of AIDS.
Yeah. That would be what would happen, wouldn't it? I went to give blood, and there was a fucking uncareful doctor who used the same needle on me and fucking one of these said meth heads to get my blood out. And it's like, you have your comics, but you also have a little something we like to call death. The death disease.
Got a little touch of the AIDS.
Yes, and your car doesn't work, so you can't possibly afford AIDS treatment. So enjoy those comics, because you're dead. But, so he notes that Joshua Williamson, a guy I don't know much about. I know he writes a comic for Image called Ghosted, which I guess is kind of cool. It was described to me as...
Ghosted?
It was, yes, Ghosted. I think that's one of the options at Waffle House when you're getting hash browns, or it should be. It would be in our fucking... in Halloween Town, if they had a Waffle House, you could definitely get your shit ghosted. But... I guess the description of that book, when I read it, they said, a lot of people say it's pretty good, but it was described as Ocean's 11 in a haunted house. I like Ocean's 11. I don't know about it being in a haunted house, but I've never read the book, and a lot of people that I respect say it's good, so that's cool. But he's writing a new book that sounded awesome to me. It's a book called Nailbiter, which is a real great name for a horror book, and it's about a serial killer that kills people so they can eat their fingernails. And that's really gross. And
that's very
crazy.
disturbing.
Yeah.
That is highly, highly disturbing, actually.
Yeah, that's my kind of shit.
Okay, that's great.
But it's, and it sounded cool. He talked about a bunch of different things. He said it came from a conversation he had. I guess he knew somebody who ended up knowing someone who, like, knew a serial killer. Like, somehow he was so many degrees off from someone that was just like, I can't fucking believe this. Or maybe it was just like a hypothetical, but he came up with that idea. So it sounded cool. And this was the first, like, horror book I heard him announce. I was like, cool, because, you know, we always talk about wish there were more good horror. Well, fucking, this is also the idea of a bunch of really talented people, too. So that was the first of many horror books announced by Image this year. But that one sounds cool. Remender, you know, because he's got time, apparently, I guess, is writing a new book called Low with Greg Ticini on the art. He was one of the many artists on Uncanny X-Force, one of the guys. If you read Uncanny X-Force, most of the artists, like, they're artists the art on that was all awesome in the run because, I mean, it all was different with the different arcs, but it looked enough the same to where it didn't feel like you were reading a completely different book. There's one thing about Remender, he fucking picks his partners in art fucking great. Like, it's always really badass guys. So, you know, another guy, I mean, he fucking drew some of the Uncanny X-Force. That's great. But he described this book as aquatic sci-fi fantasy. I mean, I don't fucking know, but it's Remender, so it'll probably be good. I know Black Science, I was like, I don't fucking know what this book's going to be, but I guess I'll just get it, because it's got to be good.
Black Science is an awesome fucking name, for one. And, two, like, Rick Remender can pretty much do no wrong right now. Like,
he's one of those guys, I don't know that, he doesn't get, I don't think the fan... I mean,
no, he don't get the love.
I mean, Uncanny Avengers sells well enough, but he doesn't get the love that, like, say, Snyder does.
No, he does not get anywhere near the critical love.
But
he's, like, one of the best.
Yeah, but he's on that level. Like, I mean, on personal opinion, outside of, like, Bendis and Johns always write great comics, but at the same time, like, they don't really blow me away. It's like, you just know you're going to get something great and solid.
Yeah, it's all quality and it's good, you know.
There's a group of, like, 3 or 4 guys that, like, sometimes you're just like, even Snyder reading Batman, you're just like, holy shit, this is the best issue he's written. Like, I can't believe that he wrote another great one. It's like Remender's on that level, and I don't know if he's 100% as consistent on all of his books, but Jason Aaron's on that level sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jason Aaron on Thor has hit that level.
Yeah, Wolverine X-Men has been at times, but he's on that level, and then I think fucking Fraction is. And a different where it's like entertaining, but you're just like, holy fucking shit, like Sex Criminals.
Yeah, like where does he come up with
I couldn't
shit,
fucking laugh.
Know?
I never thought I would laugh this hard reading the comic.
No.
Yeah, it's like there's that little group of guys who are just like, right now to me, the elite of the elite, and he's one of those guys. So it's, you know, it's just, he has a book being out, so they're just like, yeah, I mean, whatever, I guess I'll get it. I don't know what it's about, but it sounds like, I don't understand what he says it's about, but I'll get it.
Yeah, sure. Like,
I'm sure there'll be more in-depth stuff. Maybe there already has, because it's kind of like when they were announcing things, so it was just, you know, you're just getting lines. So he's probably going to do interviews and explain things more. But
and he's already got that other book about the school.
He's got Deadly Class. I believe
Class.
comes out next week. Yep. I believe that's when that drops. So that'll be 3 Image books for him, which is kind of how he made his bones. I mean, Remender took a while. Like, he worked in comics for like 7 or 8 years before he ever got, you know, a piece from Marvel or DC. Like, he's been in the game longer than a lot of people think. So
oh yeah, he was an artist at first.
Yeah, that's how he broke his bones, was doing, you know, indie work. So I think it's kind of his thing anyways. Makes me think about a lot of these guys too, how eventually, like, if the books sell, I think that's the thing, is you got to sell. Like, Brian K. Vaughan can write 1 Image book, and I've even read like interviews with him where he's like, I can't fucking believe, like, I make more writing Saga than I ever made working for, like, you know, DC or Marvel ever. I did get, this is a good response, this is why Twitter is a cool thing. I sent Rob Liefeld, who we'll talk about in a few minutes when we talk about the Image documentary, because you finally saw that.
Oh yeah.
He'll respond to you on Twitter. He's one of those guys that responds almost all the time if it's just something worth interesting. One time we debated about movies. He was trying to argue with me why Man of Steel was like he likes the movie, but how it was a disappointment. And I was just like, maybe. I was like, I think realistically though, it made about the amount of money that if you realistically thought it should make, that's what it made. But anyways, I was randomly sending him because I was just, you know, it's hard in any industry to get like answers from people like how much money they're making, because everybody wants to protect that for different reasons. It's understandable why you want to, because you don't fucking, if you're competing with people, you can't tell them how much you're making, because what if they're not making that much, or what if they're making more, or what if they fucking tell on you and it keeps you from getting money.
Oh,
so,
bro, you don't talk about what you make.
I understand,
I mean,
but,
yeah,
but you do if you are no longer working there. So I just
right.
I sent Rob Liefeld a fucking tweet, because he has a new, I guess he's got a Tumblr where he's like, ask me anything, I'll answer. And I was like, how much money do Image people get off the books? And he's like, everybody's deal's a little bit different. But he's like, but on average, he's like, for like a $4 book, he's like, the artist, he's like the creative team gets $1.65 of that, and it's usually up to them to split it. They probably have some sort of a contract. I know a lot of them, like Brian K. Vaughan, even though you can argue his book was going to sell no matter how he did the art, is just a good guy. And also, I think this is the way it should be. Fucking splits 50-50 with Fiona Staples on the profits of Saga.
That's fair. Like, a lot of artists just get paid one time.
A lot of people just hire their people too. A lot of people are like, I have this idea, I'm going to hire somebody to do it. But I think, and it's not 100% of the time, but I think you're probably more times than not going to get a better product if it is that creative, that collaborative process, and the people are going to be loyal to you too. If like they're getting half and they're part of it. I mean, you know, you hear like Snyder talks about Capullo, like he's part of telling the story. Like he changes things, he gives me whatever. Like we're just a team. That's how Ryan Vaughn is. But if you think about that, they're splitting $1.65. You know, on he said on like a $3.99 comic. Now a lot of the Image comics are $3.50. So if you go on percentages, I mean, take that down. Maybe they're splitting, you know, $1.30 instead. But so they're getting 65 cents a piece off every comic that's sold. Well, fucking Saga sold like 70,000 copies last time. So I mean that means
one issue.
That means a piece.
Fucking.
They're getting like
God
they're getting almost
damn it.
they're getting almost. That means they're getting between like they're getting like 45 grand a piece for one issue of a comic. Looked at over the course, if they do 12 in a year, which they don't even do, and that's just off the fucking floppies. Saga also for last year was like the number 2 or number 3 highest selling graphic novel. Issue number 1 of it, the first thing. So I mean, you're thinking if you add what they're making off the fucking graphic novels to that, I mean, he's clearing way over 500,000 just off of book sales of one book. Which Saga is also, it's not, you know, most books don't sell that well.
So, in unrelated news, that's all for this week's edition of Get Your
Yes,
Pulls.
we gotta go
We're
write
gonna
some
go
books.
talk to Image.
Yes. But if you think, and I know some of them have like, you know, you got to sell so many to make money because I know a big thing is like a lot. You know, there's a lot of books that you don't even think of are selling like 10,000 that you consider good books. So those guys aren't getting nearly, you know, the money and whatever. And they got to make a certain amount to break even. I know that's part of the deal too. So if your book's selling 5,000, you may not actually be getting that because you're not making the same profits. But a lot of these books from these Marvel guys and DC guys are debuting at like 40,000. It's like Sex Criminals and Pretty Deadly, and a lot of those books, you know, these big artists are you're debuting at 40 grand. I mean, that's, you know,
that is a fucking sweet.
that means
deal.
you're making over
I mean,
you're making over 20 grand a month to write one comic. Like that's ridiculous.
Like Image is fucking. That's great on them.
Yeah.
That really is great on them. As a company.
I think Image gets like a very small percentage. It's like 5% or something for the cost of like, you know, distributing your book and for, you know, doing whatever. And obviously, I mean, you know, you think, I mean, the book's $3.50. You know, if the book's $4, they're getting $1.65, so it's less than half the money. But it's like,
because you got trades and
yeah, I mean, it costs money to print the things. It costs money for them to promote them and all that. But they're taking just like, I think they said they get like a 5% profit is all off the books. And on books that don't sell, they're not making any money either. It's like we take the money it costs to do the things. We don't get any of the profit if the book doesn't sell. So it makes you think like why people with an audience wouldn't. Unless it's like a thing like, unless it's certain characters, unless it's just like, you know, the one thing that like, fucking, what's it, Dan Diddy always says, like, there's only one place you can write Batman. It's at DC. I mean, that's the type of thing that you think, like, it would take something like that, or write the X-Men to get somebody to not just do that. I mean, not everybody can do that, obviously. I mean, you gotta, like, these books that are selling are people with names.
Yeah, sure. You're talking about, like, Why the Last Man.
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean, some things
still.
below. I mean, Robert Kirkman didn't have a name when he, you know,
No.
I mean, we took Walking Dead to
He had to lie.
Yeah.
He
It's
had
a-
to
yes.
watch that Image documentary. He had to fucking lie.
It took it a while to get where it's at, but
to
I mean,
get
still,
them to even accept his pitch because
Which
they
is-
said
which is-
walking like zombie comics.
which is
fucking-
another one of my arguments on if you're making $500,000 a year selling your comics, you're not on the indies, bro.
Right,
But
right.
anyways, back to a few more of these announcements. Fraction announced that he is bringing his old book. I guess it started out at Image and then went to like the Marvel Icon.
Casanova.
Casanova.
Yeah.
But now he's bringing it back to Image along with like
All of the Marvel Icon books are going back to Image.
they are. Brubaker's too. Brubaker's
That's
bringing
awesome.
Criminal and all those books to Image. They're going to reprint all of Brubaker and Phillips stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute because they got this crazy deal that could be a real game changer. Fraction though is bringing all the Casanova stuff. I mean, it's cool too because I didn't want to read it, and then I can only find like Volume 1 as a hardback and Volume 2 as a paperback, and it didn't really explain like everything that was in there. So they're gonna be reprinting those.
Nice,
some
timely
some nice hard,
imagery
some
issues.
nice hardcovers for Image. So I'm looking forward to that. And then he talked a little bit more about Odyssey, which is a very Hardy Boys title, the way they spelled it, but whatever. Same thing with Snyder's book. Kelly Sue DeConnick announced her new book, which looks awesome. It's called Bitch Planet, and it's basically, she described it as a book that's like, kind of like based off her love for like 70s like sexploitation movies with women, like prison women movies, where you've got like a group. There's quite a few movies from the 60s and 70s where women break out of prison and all the crazy stuff
and
that
they're
happens.
great.
And even looking at the art on it, looks awesome. It looks kind of grindhousey, the art does and stuff. So that's her gimmick. But it's in space. That's the spin on it. She's like, it's a bunch of women break out of prison on a space colony and what happens, and then so a lot of it's based on the things she loves, and a lot of
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, a lot of it's attacking like the weird like stereotypical kind of sex thing that happens. Like, why is there always a shower scene with all the women in it? Mm-hmm. It's because dudes made the movies and we like boobs. That's why. But so she's gonna go with that from a woman's point of view. It sounds great. That's definitely on my list. That's one of the ones that when it was announced, I was like, I gotta get that. Like this.
Bitch Planet.
Yes. This book has got Kyle Higgins announced here weeks ago on the podcast.
That's right.
Promoted. I could see this coming.
Clairvoyance of Muji.
Yes. Actually, I think I kind of got two because also I hinted at Snyder, but I didn't make it just straight out. But I was like, it sounds like based on Twitter and based on hearing people basically based off hearing Kyle Higgins on Fat Man on Batman like months ago, where he's like, I have some things in the works I can't talk about. It's like, oh, then you have an Image book. That's just code word for having an Image book. And fucking finally, and it better be good because I've heard this guy talk about this in interviews for like 2 years now. It's based off, it's not the same, but takes the same inspiration from his independent movie that he did, a student film he talked about on Fat Man on Batman.
The League, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Cal. And it's basically about that. It's about superheroes in Chicago in the 60s. And I think Cal, I don't know what it stands for. They kind of lamed up an acronym, so it ends up as Cal. It's like the coalition of like something, like I can't remember, but it's something Workers League. But yeah, it's about like they bring in like an actual like labor force of superheroes to Chicago, and once they get rid of the crime, like the crime's over, but then they still have this union of superheroes. What the fuck do they do once the crime's gone? And it's based on in Chicago where he's from, and then and he did good in Nightwing, which also I'm really sure his run on that's going to be over, which is sad. And I'm wondering if he has another DC book coming, or if he's just going to do his own thing, because I know Nightwing, like I'm really positive he's done in like 3 issues. That's a rumor I've heard, and it would make sense. This allows him to write that, and why. Like the newest issue, he talked about like Nightwing's about to leave Chicago and go back to Gotham. That makes sense.
Didn't they announce he's off of Batman Beyond too? Or
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
But which I'd heard before, James Tynion's taken over Nightwing at a certain point, which I mean he was good, so at least it should be in good hands.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But that makes sense. It almost makes sense why he wouldn't want to give up all of his good Chicago stuff if he's got his own book coming out about it. But that's finally happening. The book he's been talking about, the idea forever. If you've like I said, listen to Fat Man on Batman that he's talked about 1 billion times. That's happening as easily predicted on Getchyapulls. So that book's coming out. It sounds cool. That's a maybe. I'll definitely buy the first one and give it a shot because I like him. It sounds like a pretty decent idea. So there's 3 probables on the list. Grant Morrison, Image book coming.
Again.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really give any details on this, if it's going to be like a mini or if it's going to be like a longer book. I mean, a lot of these are, only going to go so many issues. You don't know how many of them will end up being ongoing. I think a lot of that has to do with sales or if they just get tired of writing them. But, the Image, a good thing, other than Walking Dead stuff, a lot of these books go about 60 issues. It's like 48 to 60. All these good books, and that's, they've told the story they're going to tell. I feel like Brian K. Vaughan, I think that's what he went 60 issues with, like, Wild Last Man, and then with his other, I think Ex Machina, I think it also went about that many, somewhere in that range. But yeah, Morrison teaming up with his Batman Inc. drawer Chris Burnham. They're going to do a book called Nameless. It's going to be a horror book. Didn't really have any info on it, but apparently Burnham was like bugging Grant Morrison, was like, hey, we got to do something together. Now that Batman Inc.'s over, and Morrison's like, let's do it. And Burnham was like, you've never written just a straight up horror book before, why don't you do that? And Grant Morrison's like, okay, I'll think of something.
Awesome.
That sounds cool. I'll have to get that. Bill Willingham. It's fucking like all the DC top seller guys. I know they'd announced Fables is finally coming to an end. Well, he's going to have image book with Barry Kitson called Restoration, which is like a book. I think he described it as a planet where there used to be like a bunch of gods, and the planet kind of like the gods went away and the planet blew up, and then the gods are coming back to rebuild it. So that's a pretty cool idea. A lot of the books they announced, I'm not talking about, had similar like gods come back to the earth. Like that was a big genre at the Image Expo. But his book sounds pretty cool. And then the fucking most exciting book to me is fucking Snyder and Jacques teaming back up for Witches.
That sounds really cool.
It sounds great, and all of Snyder's like describing it sounds great too. He says it's gonna be the fucking, he's like his goal is to make it by far the scariest thing he's wrote. Which if you've read Severed, it's a fucking great book. That's the scariest comic I think I've read, just because a lot of it it's creepy because it's about kids getting abducted, which is always. I don't have a kid, but I did have like a really I've told you about. I'm going to details on the podcast, but I had a really scary thing with my brother when we were both really little, where I was pretty positive somebody was trying to abduct my brother, and that's a thing that still, like, if I just have a dream about it or wake up and think about it, it's fucking haunting. Like, you immediately are just like, you feel like a kid again when you think about that. And, and I'm sure now that you have a kid, that's fucking, that crosses people's minds. So just...
You live every second in terror that something's going to happen to your child.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you become a parent. Look forward to it.
Violence towards kids or kids getting kidnapped is one of the most disturbing things there is, and Severed is about that. And the way that they wrote the book, we've talked about it here before, just the scares they hide until you turn the page and you can see it so they don't get ruined for you in a random panel that glances in your eye. It's great. So he said Witches. It's going to be about, basically his gimmick on this, he's put a spin on it. He's like, the witches that you've heard about, that we've always written stories about and stuff, he's like, they're not really witches. He's like, they're the ones who are actually just worshiping the witches. He's like, the witches are real fucking creatures that give all of these so-called witches powers. He's like, and they're fucking something we don't know about, but they're going to, you're going to learn about them in his book. And that's what he said. He's like, his thing is like, he's like, I want this to be the kind of book that, like, if I go to a PTA meeting and somebody else that's on the PTA meeting has read the book, like, they, like, look at me weird. They're like, how could this disturbing person come and, like, try to raise a kid? He's like, that's how fucked up it's going to be. And the combination of that with Jock, whose artwork is fucking perfect for stuff like that.
He's outstanding.
That's going to be great. That's an Image book that you can fucking pencil it in. It's like, that's going to sell so many fucking copies. You just imagine Snyder, who's already rolling in it, and he's going to be getting that Brian K. Vaughan saga money. He's going to be like, oh, cool. Why am I writing an Image book? Oh, it's because I just want an extra $50,000 a month, because that's how I roll.
Yeah, ridiculous, man.
Yes.
Fucking ridiculous.
And then their last, like, huge announcement from the thing is Brubaker and Phillips got an unprecedented deal. This is crazy, man. This is like a Hollywood distribution deal, which Image has gone on this deal, except for they get say on. Image gets no say. Brubaker and Phillips, who, of course, write Fatale, which sadly they announced is coming to an end at issue 24, which is fine, because when they originally announced it, it was going to go 10, and then they just, loved it so much they kept it going.
Well, like we were talking about before the show, and it was the point I all got to making, and I stopped because I didn't want to fucking make it off the air. I wanted to make it on the air. It was that everything ends at some level, like, other than like Batman, Superman, the key iconic characters for these brands, everything ends.
Yeah.
It's just a matter if it's going to end shittily and with a whimper, or with a fucking bang. And so it's better to always to end it with a bang.
Yeah, and Brubaker just talked about, he's like, he said he's got this deal, he's like, don't plan on him writing any, like, Walking Dead-esque 100-issue things, It's like just his style. He wants to write something that has a beginning and the end. Fatale's going to go on 24 issues, which is awesome. 19 just came out. We'll talk about it a little bit later with the comics. So, we still get another 5 of it, but his deal is basically him and Phillips get to write whatever they want, however long they want the issues to be. They get 100% creative control for 5 years at Image to put out whatever books they want. That's ridiculously awesome. So he's already announced his next book that's going to come right after this. I guess we'll have like a month in between when Fatale ends and his next book comes out. So
Brubaker.
Yeah, Brubaker.
We were talking about that list of guys earlier.
Oh yeah, he's on that list too.
Definitely.
I think he's been on that list for a while, so it's easy to forget. But yeah, Brubaker.
Didn't want to slight him when we were talking about the guys capable of just elite.
I'm right now in the middle of reading like Criminal's second omnibus, which I've already read the last story because it's what got me into Brubaker. When I first started reading comics a couple years ago, and I was like, who do all the fucking like Smart Marks like, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read this Last of the Innocent, which was the last criminal story. So I read it first, but that's what got me into it. So I got one more criminal book. I read the first book and the second big hardcover, and I've already read the third one, so I've just got one more. But yeah, like reading criminal, it's like nobody entertains me more than Brubaker. Like those things are just so great. And his next book is fucking sounds awesome. I forgot the fucking name because I'm an idiot. But his next book, he says, is like it's gonna be like the most personal, like the most like the story he's wanted to write like the most, and he's wanted to write it forever. It's gonna be set in Hollywood. I think he said in like the 40s, and it's gonna be based around a kind of a classic like movie thing that happens. Like a starlet dies, and then the mystery that surrounds it. And he's like, it's gonna go through like all the through the Hollywood system, through all the shitty things that are going on, the dark parts of Hollywood. He's also going to put in like World War II stuff, like people coming back from war. That's going to be mixed in it. So it sounds incredible. And Brubaker's fucking uncle was a screenwriter in Hollywood back there in those days. That's like where his love for all this stuff comes from. So he's got intimate knowledge of the inner workings of Hollywood in that period. So it sounds fucking amazing.
I saw a Twitter exchange between him and Jonathan Hickman, where Hickman was like, I guess they should just fucking like hand over the license to noir shit to you for everything for all time.
That's
and then
true.
He pitched him an idea about a noir time machine story called Die Noir Sword. Anyway,
Nice.
Continue.
Yeah. I also saw Brubaker on there bitching about, not really bitching, but also commenting about, he's like, which Brubaker really doesn't. Brubaker pretty much ignores anything negative in general on Twitter, but
Yeah.
he's like, why? He's like, I don't understand why people like tweet me and be like, why can't you be like Jonathan Hickman? He's like, why can't you write superheroes and write this stuff? And he's like, I wrote them for like 10 years. He's like, I just wrote all I wrote. He's like, if I had a good idea, he's like, I'd write it, but I just wrote all that he's like, I think I gave all my ideas that I had, at least for now. Fucking lay off Brubaker.
Yeah, let him do what he wants, man. He gave us enough.
Yeah, dude. I mean, all of his great stuff, and he's also not a dick about it. Like he's like Captain America. He's like that's the greatest time I've ever had in comics. He's like, he doesn't like shit on and be like, oh well. Not like Alan Moore, which we won't even go into because we could do a whole separate podcast. Did you read that fucking like 15-page letter? Do it. Alan Moore put out what he said.
God damn it.
He advertised. Okay, quick like minute tangent because we got so much more.
Yeah,
to
I was
talk
gonna say
about.
we're 42 minutes and we got like really 15 minutes more time on the episode that we really want to kill.
Yeah,
we can go over because what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
but
we're on
try to
YouTube,
keep it as an hour is good.
So he wrote what had to have been like the equivalent of like a 15-page essay. This guy asked him, and what he advertised might be his final interview ever, and.
I'm going to go into hiding in a cave in England.
And I get it. A lot of people are just fucking, I don't understand why Alan Moore gives his opinion and then people get mad. It's like, his opinion is very degrading to people that read comics still, that like superheroes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he might just be fucking trolling.
I think he might be trolling, and B, if this is the way he feels, I'm just sad about it, because it sucks. That would be like fucking Michael Jordan being like, fucking, dude, I hate basketball now. It's like, and I mean, but I understand. It's just sad what's happened. It's sad that DC fucked him over. It's sad that he is a fucking. I'm saying it in a negative way, but I mean, he's a bitter old guy, and he has reasons to be bitter. And it does get annoying. People ask him the same shit all the time, but it's also one of those things like that's gonna happen. Like if you're, people are gonna ask Michael Jordan about basketball forever. It doesn't matter that he's playing golf. They're gonna ask who's your favorite basketball player. And if he's like, I don't watch basketball anymore, the next interview he has, they're going to ask, who's your favorite basketball player? And I do think, too, some of these journalists are like, they know to ask the right questions because they know that they're going to get him to go off the deep end. But, dude, he gave like a 15-page thing. And at first, he had this guy who, basically, he defended himself. Somebody wrote an article about him, man, you gotta watch on YouTube. He makes these fucking little, like, short films that just, they're fucking terrible, but he makes them. And whatever you want to do, man, you can do whatever you want to do. You've earned the right. If that's what you want to do now, make them. But, basically, also, I watched the thing, and it wasn't good, but people misinterpret it like he's got this woman, and it's basically just a movie about fucking erotic asphyxiation.
Right.
This girl's talking to this guy on the phone, and basically, she's gonna, like, strangle herself, and the guy's gotta drive to her house and get her before she fucking dies, which... That's really fucking... That's really being sketchy, but you can do whatever you want to do. If that's your thing that gets you off, then do it. Do whatever you want. But somebody misinterpreted it as like, violence to women because, somebody is looking at everything. Somebody's watching fucking Muppet Babies looking for a reason to write a column about how it's degrading to women. But so somebody did that, and then he basically answered some questions about, because he did a little appearance to show the movie and stuff, and then of course it turned into people asking about comics because you're the fucking one of the most famous comic people ever, so it doesn't matter. If you cure cancer tomorrow, then they're gonna shake your hand and ask you if you plan on writing Batman again, because it's if you're gonna go out in public, it's gonna happen. And I get it's annoying, but you can also not be a dick. Alan Moore, I get where he's coming from, but he's also a dick, and he's obviously a dick on purpose too. But so it gets to this big thing, and just to give you the Cliff Notes version, it's not going forever. Basically, he says that like anyone who like reads comics is still like superheroes. Like he stands behind his comments he made before that if you're like in your 40s and you still like superheroes and you socially are like inept and fucking need to grow up and blah blah blah, and about how he's embarrassed about how like the Killing Joke and the things he wrote when he was that age, like he's not proud of at all, and he doesn't have a copy of Watchmen in his house because all that stuff, he feels like he wasn't a good writer when he wrote all this stuff that everybody loves, and yeah, basically all that. And he said it's disturbing, and he said it's disturbing the fact that Avengers is such a popular movie that it disturbs him like deeply that would be a movie that would be that popular because, which I mean, he said it's all like 40 and 50-year-old people in the movies. Not kids love the Avengers, so that's not right. But basically, he just did everything he could to like poke and be like, he said Batman's the most boring character ever, and he would never write anything about Batman again, and blah 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 blah. Another one of these guys who gets fucking famous for doing one thing is embarrassed about it.
Must be nice to have your head so far up your own ass that you can't see the rest of the world.
The way that The Rock is not about wrestling. It would be the equivalent of if The Rock was like wrestling is so fucking silly, like it sucks. I mean, that's why I get to be a movie. It's Alan Moore. It's like, that's why I get to fucking make these shitty little films that people come to see because I'm this famous guy. And why if I write a book, it's going to be a bestseller because people like my comics. Anyways, he can do whatever he wants. But like I said, I'm against the argument you're allowed to be a dickhead. Like, being a genius doesn't give you the right to be a fucking dickhead. And especially the people that gave you everything you have, basically, they didn't fucking write that bad contract for you, bud, for Watchmen. DC did that. Like, the people that bought your books didn't. But then the best part of it, which is why you got to read it, he goes on a fucking tangent about Grant Morrison that takes like 20 minutes to read. And he basically says that everything Grant Morrison's ever written, he copied from him, that he would announce books and then see Grant Morrison put out a book like a week later or a month later, hurry out a book stealing his ideas, about how Grant Morrison's fake and talentless, and about how he never read anything other than the first thing he read like one Animal Man issue and has never read anything else Grant Morrison's ever written because he could tell right from there that he doesn't have any talent and all this crazy stuff. And he just goes on about hating Grant Morrison, about how if you're a fan of Grant Morrison, then he wishes you wouldn't buy his books because how could you ever. I also did that too, like if you buy superhero books, that he would rather you not be his fan because you couldn't possibly be getting from his new books what you should be getting out of them if you're so dumb that you read comic books. But anyways, it's awesome. I don't know how I got on that, but just go read it. You can find it fucking anywhere. But the people that are just like,
I think you told me all I need to know.
But the people whose response to it are like fucking, well, Alan Moore gives you his opinion and then you don't agree with it, getting mad about it. Yeah, when his opinion is, if you like comic books, you're fucking stupid. By the way, thanks for all the money from the comic books. And yeah, he's being a dick. If anyone's opinion is anyone who reads superheroes can't possibly be a good member of society because you're fucking obviously a fucking man-child that could never be worth anything, yeah, fuck all those people. That's it. If you share his opinion of that, you're the asshole, and fuck you. Yeah. And guess what? In a way, I'm glad you got fucked over. Glad you don't have $1 billion in Watchmen. If it was all going to turn out this way anyways, if one day you're going to be like, thanks for the fucking $100 million.
Thanks for the money. You guys are fucking assholes.
Thanks for reading something that it was fucking so simple that I wrote that I fucking hate, that I think is a piece of shit, and you guys are so dumb that you liked it. Thanks for buying my yacht with it.
Actually, better yet, why don't you go online and search the torrent websites and find The Killing Joke and The Watchmen, and fucking steal them, and then that way Grant Morrison doesn't have to be supported by your money.
Or
You're
Alan
filthy,
Moore, yes.
or rather, I'm sorry, Grant Morrison, we love you.
You're
Grant
man,
Morrison,
you're
we love you.
man,
You're the man.
You're filthy man-child money that shouldn't count for anything anyway.
Yeah. That way you don't have to give that to Alan Moore.
Anyways, that's it for the Image Expo. It was cool. There's some other cool stuff. Other people announcing books. As everybody saw coming, Amazing Spider-Man coming back in April. Written by Dan Slott. Whatever. And I was kind of hoping to be somebody new, but...
I was really hoping it would be somebody new.
But at least Peter Parker's coming back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we bitch. They give us what we bitch about, and we bitch some more.
Yes,
so maybe
exactly.
we should just fucking stop bitching.
Yes. Yeah. But he's coming back, so I'll be picking that up, so that's cool. Then DC announced some stuff. They got some new books that are coming out. Aquaman and the Others, which is a pretty cool storyline of Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
That's got his own book. Dan Jurgens is writing that. I haven't read a lot of stuff by him, so...
He's an old school Batman
yeah,
dude.
he might be awesome. I think I've seen him on some Superman stuff, so... He actually might have written some Superman, like, early on in the New 52. I don't know. But anyways, he's going to be doing it. Secret Origin, which is going to be a book that's going to be... It was like $5, so I guess it's not going to be a monthly, but it's going to come out ever so often, maybe even quarterly or something, I don't know. But it's got 3 origin stories. The first one, you get the origin, which I think we've seen the origin, so I'm interested to see if these go along with what's already been written or what the deal is with them. But the first book's going to be about Superman, about Supergirl, and about Nightwing. I know Kyle Higgins is writing the Nightwing part, Greg Pak's writing the Superman part, so that sounds pretty cool. It's going to be a book that you just get the origin of all the characters.
Well, it's Secret Origin, so, like, if they go along the lines of what Jeff Johns did previously with Secret Origin and some of those books, then it's going to be like, they're probably going to take important moments from the origin and, like, show you just, like, a subtly new twist or something you didn't know about it previously. That kind of seemed to be the theme of it previously. Yeah,
and then we also get Forever Evil Aftermath, Batman versus Bane. That's a one-shot, so I guess we're going to...
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, see what happens when we skip Arkham. And it's what's his name? Peter J. Tomasi's gonna write it, and he's good. So that sounds good. And then some other.
The Flash is coming back. Wally West.
Yeah, Wally West is coming back in Flash Annual. I guess it's number 3 about to come out. Number 2, number 3, whatever comes out next, it's coming out. And then some rumors.
New creative team on the Flash announced today. Also, Robert Venditti and
who's good.
Klaus Jensen taking over the creative duties.
Very famous artist. That's awesome.
So yeah. Flash looks to still be going strong.
Yeah, and then some other rumors, because I'd read about these books a couple of weeks ago on Bleeding Cool, which it's almost like the TMZ of fucking comic book websites where they do dirty things, like release things they shouldn't and spoil things, but somehow they always know what's happening. Yeah. Somehow. Yeah, somehow they always know everything, and it is a little sleazy when it's like they get off on like spoiling things, like that's their thing. It's like they're like, just as we told you on Bleeding Cool, blah blah blah. But they do a good job. They usually have a big like spoilers poster, and then but I mean once you see spoilers, you have to look because that's just in your brain. It's part of human nature. If somebody's like, it's almost more of like a spoiler. If it says spoilers with a big X on it, and you have no idea what it's about at all, you're like. I don't know. But they announced these books coming out, along with another list of things that were supposed to happen. Books that are supposed to be coming from DC, and half the list has been confirmed, so we'll see if the rest come true. But Sinestro getting his own book, which would almost make sense with that, the big...
No, they announced the creative team and everything on that.
Oh, they went ahead and did that now, too? Okay.
Who the fuck is it? It's not... It's, Cullen Bunn is writing
Bunn
it. He's going to DC, yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, let's
I knew then I didn't want to get it.
It's another thing that seems like it was forced by just the internet already knowing. Justice League United, which you can only guess is just going to be a bunch of the Justice League characters in another Justice League book. And also Justice League Canada is happening later than sooner. They said that was going to be happening as of next month, but apparently now it's not going to happen. There's going to be another 3 or 4 issues of just Justice League of America, so that's happening. And then that's it for that. And then movie news that I saw, which Latino Review, which actually is like the Bleeding Cool version. There's this dude, he gets off, like it's his fucking main thrill in life is to be like, I told
First.
you. Yeah, spoiler, I told you so months ago, but he's right like a crazy amount of the time, especially with like comic book stuff.
Vastly wrong a good percentage of the time too, but he has been right on some really crazy shit.
Yeah, he's been right. He's right more times than he's wrong, but I mean, and sometimes too, it's like things change where he's like, this was definitely the plan. They just changed it. Like Star Wars, he talked about months ago that they're just. He's like, everybody's saying that J.J. Abrams is coming in to rewrite this script, and he was like, no, he's just he's writing a new script. He's not touching up the old script, like, because the old script was about.
I heard.
Yeah, it was about all young people, and now he's rewriting a whole new script that's just about fucking Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, which I like.
I love those. No, don't
Ford,
get me wrong. I fucking love those actors. Still, to this day. Carrie Fisher, batshit insane lover.
They can make them look younger than they are.
Mark Hamill, still an amazing performer. Like, no fucking way you couldn't fucking...
But they're doing like a Passing of the Torch movie. Like, they're going to have one last adventure. He's like, and they're going to introduce some young people in that movie who will be the stars of the next ones.
Okay, well, maybe I can get with that. I didn't see that part of it.
It's not a trilogy about old balls. That's not what it is. It's just episode 7 is going to be like one last big adventure. And I think I even read, you think about the thing too, like, it's the fucking like Sean Connery like effect of like when they made the 4th Indiana Jones. If Harrison Ford's in the movie and he's not on the adventure, you're going to be bummed that Harrison Ford's not part of the adventure. The Han Solo's not with him. If Han Solo's in the movie for 5 minutes, you're going to want him to be in the whole movie. So that's the thing. They're going to have one last adventure, pass the torch, which I really like that. Abrams fucking did that with fucking Star Trek. Perfect. So hopefully it's the same thing. But anyways, their new announcement is all this crazy casting everyone's getting all crazy about DC might be because they're casting 2 movies at once. The big rumor now is because of the schedules, because you've got like Affleck who's committed to a bunch of stuff and directs, and you can only get so much time out of, and your other big actors that are in the movie like Henry Cavill's now, because of Superman, is a lot of people wanting it for different things, is they're going to go Lord of the Rings style, and they're going to shoot Batman, Superman, and Justice League back to back, like all at the same time, and that they're going to do something different. They're going to come out, Justice League 2015 or Batman, Superman 2015, Justice League 2016, so back to back years, and that they're going to leave like a crazy cliffhanger, like it's going to be like. It's just like they're almost like it's just this chapter's over. Like it's not going to be like the definitive end of the movie. They're trying like a new thing, almost like a fucking season end of a TV show or something, where it's very likely that a lot of these other people are going to get introduced in the fucking like last 20 minutes of the fucking like Batman and Superman are probably going to have their own adventure together where they meet each other, fight the bad guy, and then whatever happens with 15 or 20 minutes to go in the movie, it's going to be like, well. We may need more people, and then you're going to get them going out to recruit the people, and then, they're going to have, like, basically what I can imagine is they're going to have a meeting of the Justice League, and then they're going to see, like, fucking, something crazy's happening, like Darkseid, and they're going to be like, well, it's like, let's test this thing, and then boom, coming next summer, they're going to shoot them back to back, and they're almost going to be like one big, just fucking movie broke up.
That sounds fucking badass.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So it could be that they've known exactly what they're doing the whole time, and they just didn't want to spoil the Justice League.
They didn't want to have to give the fucking internet every goddamn detail.
Yes, and that's why they've cast 1 billion people is because they're doing that. So that would make a lot of sense. Why all of a sudden The Rock, because The Rock said he's filming something this year for DC, but it's not for Batman versus. He's like, but it's not like basically he's like, I'm definitely filming something this year for DC, and they're like, it's for Batman, Superman. He's like, well, he's like, I'm not going to be like the star of that movie, no. So it would make 100% sense that The Rock may be cameoing in this movie, but filming it because they're filming at the same time. So that's actually really good news. And then the last thing we'll talk about, well, a couple real quick. Constantine got ordered by NBC, so that's happening. That show is on the air, so great. And I want to say Jeff Johns is like in on it because people are congratulating him. So I think
that'd be good.
He may be in on the team of that. David Goyer is going to executive produce. And
okay, awesome. Well, I'm all of a sudden like way more hopeful for that show than I was originally.
They made announcements. Funny because it's starting to sound more and more like Kevin Smith's fake Gotham show. But
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah, they're now saying like. Whereas before it was like it's going to be all about Gordon and there's going to be like a kid Bruce Wayne that appears. It's like now apparently child Bruce Wayne's going to be a big part of the show. So and he's going to be in school.
It says they're introducing all of the big bads of Batman.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to.
But it's just a prequel, so it doesn't matter because it's a prequel, so they can just do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have anything to do with the movie universe. So that sounds cool. And then The last thing I saw in comics was I read John Layman, already off Batman Eternal. Said he was going to be part of that rotating team of guys that wrote it. Said he's already written 3 of his 4 issues, so he's writing his little 4-issue arc. He wrote a nice professional thing. It was like, no drama here. If you're looking for me to like bash DC, he's like, they're awesome. He's like, the DC editors, the best editors I've ever worked for. But I guess the sales on Chew are falling a little bit. And it's not what they used to. Apparently it was like a big selling book, and now it's down around 30,000. He's like, and he says himself, he's like, I write really slow, so I just figure if I'm going to keep Chew going as long as I want to, I need to 100% focus on it for now. He's like, and already just only having to write that, he's like, I've got way better ideas than I had for that. So he's still doing one art, but then it'll be off, but it's still got the great team with Kenyon and Snyder.
And then, well, we then got the Flash team taking over his duties on Detective as well.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, that was the thing. He was going to move over to Eternal, and then, but that's the last one. Then I guess real quick before we talk about our books, talk about that Image documentary.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This will just be a little double size. We've had a couple short ones lately, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's,
get another 10 or 15 out of all of this, it'd be fine.
Yeah, but you finally watched it. I've watched it 2 or 3 times because
I watched it several times in a day because
it's real. I mean, it's short.
Yeah,
it's less than 2 hours, so
it is. And I was like halfway paying attention, so I watched it 2 times while I was up cleaning house and shit. And then I like sat down in the evening and watched it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I would say on the grades of documentaries, I give it like a B. There's still, I think, it doesn't uncover everything there is that you want to know about Image. Like, there's a lot of the drama stuff that you didn't get the right parties. Like, you kind of tell that Kirkman and Jim Lee, like, probably only gave, like, 10-minute interviews, and they just kind of pieced together what they could to get them in the documentary. And I guess Liefeld probably looks like he got interviewed the most, and then also, what's his name? Image is, their main guy right now. Eric Stevenson obviously gave, like, a lengthy interview for the thing, so. But it was cool. I mean, you got definitely, like, the majority of, like, what you needed to know. At least, the fucking, like, the fucking school book, the history lesson version of, like, what happened with Image and where it came about and everything. It was pretty badass.
Fantastic,
They had a lot of great stuff that obviously nobody thought would ever mean anything, where they showed you, like, obviously not remastered because this came from a Kickstarter, so not much money, but, like, VHS tapes of, like, comic store like gatherings and them doing signings and stuff. That's just fucking, you can barely tell what's going on, but it was cool because it took you back to the fucking 90s.
I often wish I could go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, often.
Yeah. It's really good. You told me something.
You hate the 90s in retrospect, you like it. Like, it's a weird relationship, but I definitely miss it, especially after watching that.
You told me something after watching it before we watched the podcast, which I'd been saying because of Twitter. I was like, I don't love this guy's art, but he's pretty entertaining. Watch the documentary. Rob Liefeld comes off as quite likable in that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I fear because, like, if I was in his spot, like, that would probably be me, and people would probably hate me just because I'm kind of just like, whatever. Like, I'm a nice guy. Like, most people like me in real life, but if I got famous like that and talked a little bit of shit, even, like, people would hate me.
Well, he was also one of the youngest ones. You also think, like, he got rich when he was in his early 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the one, I mean, he even admits, he did some dickish things in his young days, and, and a lot of it just has to do with being young and kind of not know what's going on, especially with his, he broke a lot of the rules the image creators made with each other, like taking other people's artists, and then he was going to start his own fucking imprint that wasn't an Image at the same time, and sell books that were just like Image books and stuff, so he, I say his art, like, I don't hate his art. He's just not my favorite artist. He's just got his own very Rob Liefeld style. I mean, he's got that. And on certain books, I mean, it looks cool. Like, I mean, I never read any of, like, when he was doing the art on some of these DC books. Like, I don't even know. I think he might have just been writing all these books.
I have to laugh. There's one scene in the documentary that's like some old Marvel thing, I believe. It's, McFarlane and Liefeld together, and McFarlane is giving him shit over his haircut.
I think they're on MTV when they're at Marvel.
Yeah, maybe. Like fucking McFarlane is giving Liefeld shit over his haircut.
And McFarlane's got
this
fucking
mullet.
Yes! McFarlane makes fun of Liefeld's haircut, and he's like, "Oh, how funny, Todd!" Like, it obviously makes.
No, I mean, like, Liefeld was rocking a fucking Donnie Wahlberg special.
Fucking McFarlane definitely had like a straight out of a cartoon hockey mullet when he made fun of him. So, but I guess that's just the way McFarlane is. But it's great. I mean, you get the whole thing. Like, you get. It doesn't really go into many details. I mean, and I heard apparently Liefeld has written a fucking script simply about the formation of Image that he's trying to get made into a movie, which he says tells like more like step by step everything that happened. But I mean, you get all the big things about how crazy, you know. I mean, even if we, I mean, I guess we would, yeah. I mean, we would have been just old enough to where, well, there wasn't the internet wasn't like big yet. I mean, 92, 93. So I mean, the internet. I'm thinking like 95, 96 is when basically everybody started getting it for the most part. I remember, I think Windows. I guess a little before that. I had some sort of Windows before 95, so I guess maybe I had the internet right about that time, but it wasn't a big thing. Things didn't blow up on the internet in the first 5 years of it being popular.
Oh, fuck that.
But, yeah, I mean, just how fucking crazy. I mean, that's like one of the craziest times in comics. I mean, that would be the equivalent of if these guys were going to Image now and writing these books, like, just quit their jobs and they win. It would be the equivalent of, like, especially with the popularity, the artists were the most popular people back then. It would be the equivalent of, like, if fucking Snyder and Jeff Johns, you know, and fucking Jeff Lemire, like, just all at once were just like, we're fucking leaving DC to start a company, bye, you know. I mean, and it's crazy. It's got a lot of good stuff. There's lots of great footage. Some of the best fucking, when they show Liefeld was Eazy-E. Eazy-E loves comics, so he's at a signing by him. I mean, that's fucking awesome. It's just entertaining. If you like comics and, you know, like history of comics. And
oh, man. I mean,
cool.
it was a wonderful documentation of just the world of comics in the 90s and how what a crazy time that was. And I remember it. I mean, I was definitely into some comics in the 90s. That was when I was into the fucking X-Men, and the hardest of hardcore in the early 90s when Jim Lee and all those guys were doing it. And then I remember when Image formed, and I remember in high school, like, I'd kind of drifted out of comics, but my buddy Robert Worthen was like fucking, and still is, was diehard into fucking Spawn and other Image books, you know.
Oh,
like,
there were a lot of books back then, man.
Youngbloods.
Yeah, there were people who just bought Image comics.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the cool thing to do. It was like, I'm fucking fuck all these other comics. Like, I'm only buying Image now. And it's also a good lesson, too, on just, like, how to do things right and wrong, because, you know, they made a ton of mistakes. Like, they tell the great story about how they technically were number 2 in 1 month. They beat DC, but that only like half their books shipped, so they actually didn't sell enough comics to be number 2, but they had the orders for number 2. And about how their books, so like people were getting months and months behind on books, and it's like it was just random. It's like it got to a point very quickly where comic book stores, like, you didn't fucking know what you were gonna get from Image like week to week. So it's really interesting documentary. A lot of cool stuff in there. Like I said, it's not that long. I think it's fucking like, it's like fucking, it's like $3 or $4.99 on the website of the people that created the documentary. So it's super cheap to get a digital copy. I think DVDs, I think if you've got the Kickstarter, you get those. Maybe it'll eventually come out, but it's less than $5.
Yeah, look it up. The Image Revolution. Yeah, definitely worth your time and money.
Yeah, check that out. And then I guess we'll talk about pools.
I guess we're an hour and 10 minutes into this podcast. We can talk about some fucking pools.
The one that's about pools, I guess we'll talk about. So start out with DC.
DC with a mother load.
I had some big DC books this week. I guess I'll start out, which out of my 3 DC books, probably my least favorite. This isn't bad, because it's still good.
Oh, okay.
But I just really love Mother 2. Detective 27, $7.99. It's bigger than like every graphic novel that they released in the 90s.
It has a fucking spine.
It's the size of a paperback. Yeah. So I think you're actually technically getting a deal based on the pages. But it's you could knock somebody out with this comic if you're strong enough and know where to hit.
Yeah, you don't get many single issues with a spine, so that's pretty good.
No. But it's good. Some of the stories were better than others. There's a bunch of cool stories in here. I actually got the Capullo cover, which I actually like better than the Frank Miller cover, even though the Frank Miller cover is pretty cool. But it's badass. You get a bunch of different stuff. I mean, it's like the big mega spectacular, but remember the last time they did one of these to celebrate an anniversary, it sold decent, but you got the magic name Scott Snyder on the inside of this, so it's going to sell. It's anything that motherfucker, him and Capullo, do is going to get some stuff. And I guess Capullo just did the cover on this. He didn't do anything inside, but you get a bunch of cool stuff. You get a story written by Brad Meltzer, which is badass.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't read anything from him since, like, Identity Crisis.
Yeah, he still has, like, a good
Or no, The Lightning Saga, I'm sorry, was the last thing I read by him.
Yeah, he still has, apparently, a good relationship with DC. You know, he just fucking has that show decoded and writes books, so he just can't find much time, and finally he's like, they've been bugging him to write something. They finally did whatever. He basically reimagines issue 20, Detective 27, the first Batman story. He's got, Batman going and busting a crime and dropping somebody into a sewer. It's just a little re-update imagining of that first story. But
Very fucking cool.
Changes things in it, and got Brian Hitch on the art, so it looks awesome. It's a really cool little story, a little mini. Then you get Hurwitz and Neil Adams with a story. Neil Adams in the art.
Oh, man.
And Hurwitz writes the story, and it's written basically, Neil draws it like he did back in the day. So as you can see, it's almost kind of like they draw it in the 66, but even more so, like it looks like classic Neil Adams artwork, but it's new art by Neil Adams, and Hurwitz writes it like it's, a Batman comic from the 70s, so that one's really...
just a real fucking orgy of Batman love.
Yeah, that one's cool too. You got another one, Peter J. Tomasi writes a story in it. You get it's like a little 2-page one that's story and art by Francisco Francavilla, who's awesome. Who he did, if you remember Detective, when Snyder did it, when Jock, he did the backups and a few of the issues that Jock didn't do, he did. He does really good art. He does a really cool thing that he's trying to get DC to pick up that he's just been doing on his own on, like, his Tumblr called, he's calling it, like, Batman, like, instead of 66, it's like Batman, like, 76 or something, where he's just doing, like, noir-looking Batman stories, where he's got, like, Batman smoking a cigarette, solving a crime, and it's really weird, but it's interesting looking, like, what he's doing. You can look that up, and then, a couple other, Mike Barr does a story. He's an old Batman writer from the day. Gothtopia is the main one in here because it's actually the beginning of a new storyline. It's the new
shit that's about to start, yeah.
It's Layman's last story on Detective before he's off the book. But it's him and, of course, Jason Fabok drawing, who's really become awesome. He really draws some kick-ass Batman. He's going to be on Eternal, so I have that to look forward to. But it's the beginning of it. It's pretty cool. It's really weird. It's a story that, you can pretty much off the bat, kind of spoilers, but you can kind of off the bat figure out, like, Scarecrow must be involved in it because basically Batman is like, it's like he's looking at the city and it appears as if, like, Poison Ivy's taking over the scene. At first you're like, dude, what the fuck? Because, like, everybody's like, they're not themselves. Like, the characters are not the characters we know and love. Basically, Batman has dreamt that his parents didn't die, and he's not Batman, but he's living in the city now, and it's fucking the way it would be if he wouldn't have been Batman. And you can, a couple pages in, you're like, he's got to be fucking, like, fucked up, and then you're like, yeah, the Scarecrow had to have gotten him, because that's when Batman dreams in comics, but...
I knew it was a dream, because I couldn't read.
Yes. But
and you dream with your right side of your brain, and you can read it with only your left side of the brain. Is that a decent Kevin Conroy? Agents out there who want to hire me for voice acting gigs?
They do a cartoon about Kevin Conroy?
No, I don't fucking know. I'm just showing my versatility, Muji.
That's in there, and it was pretty cool. It was basically almost a full issue of that. I'll say, it just tells about how pretty good the book is, though. Like, it was one of the weaker stories of it. And that's not like anything negative towards it, but it's just, there was some more interesting. And then Scott Snyder wrote a story with art by Sean Murphy, who's his partner on The Wake. That's also in the book, so it's cool. And the Gothtopia was good. To downplay it, it's just a lot of the other stories were just really crazy and just different. So, but this is the beginning of his last story. Gets me pumped up for that. It's giant. I think it's like 112 pages, so that is like the size of a fucking graphic novel. So it was worth it. Whereas the last Detective, I was just like, it was... You heard about my 2014. It was a real 2013 dick punch, that $7.99 for that last one. This $7.99 was well worth it.
I had Green Lantern number 27, the new face of evil, Hal Jordan. Robert Venditti's run continues. I really like this issue. You're really seeing Hal struggle with this role of leadership. You can see a lot of Jon Stewart involvement, which has been quite absent from the main Green Lantern title. I know he's been holding the fort down over in the Green Lantern Corps. Essentially, the storyline of this issue is a group of prisoners from the last planet that they went to, staged a coup on Mogo and escaped, and there's this secret monster behind them who's like a duplicator, and so essentially he's copied Hal Jordan, and he's broadcasted to the world that the Green Lanterns are hoarding the energy spectrum, and that it is finite, and that they weren't going to tell anybody, and just really paints them out to be the dicks, and so the entire universe is after them, and really is bad news for Hal Jordan's leadership in the Green Lantern. Robert Venditti and Dale Eaglesham on the artwork there, and a good issue.
Nice. My next one, which I really loved, was Action Comics 27. Greg Pak has really knocked Action Comics out of the park so far. Started by Aaron Cooter, who draws pretty awesome.
Cooter.
I think if you're gonna like, because regular Superman sucks. I mean, this is one like Superman Unchained is like it's a lot of reading. I don't know if you're like 10, if like you'd get that, but I think with Pack and Cooter on this would be like the perfect one for get kids into Superman. But it's also good and fun. It's you get the creature that Clark rescued in the last one, the big giant monster that turned into the little fucking devil looking creature.
Yeah.
Clark's got him in his trying to figure out what's up with him. Got him at his little zoo, and he breaks out and they go on another adventure. Basically,
Awesome.
You get Lana's in the issue again. She's, I guess, going to be a regular part of the storyline. She's like, what are you doing? And Clark's like, he's from another planet. Like, chill. Like, let's, I'll watch over him. He might be good. We don't know. We just don't understand him. And then he follows that guy through a big thing, and then the issue completely turns into something that probably aren't expecting, and it gets really awesome.
Cool.
So, really love it. Very happy. The new Action Comics team. That's 2 good issues in a row in Action Comics. That might be a record. For the new 52. And then Green Arrow, man. Lemire is kicking the shit out of this book.
Shield Clan debuts?
Yeah, and Sorrentino on the art is also fucking things up, but it's great. It's also like my only $2.99 DC book, so you don't get that. You don't get the little cover. It's like, oh, it's $2.99, so we don't get the fucking cover.
We're still printing it on toilet paper.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, it's awesome. It's just great. Yeah, you get all sorts of things. Katana gets integrated into the story because she's part of a different clan. Because it's all weapons clans.
Right,
she's got a
sword
goddamn
clan.
sword, so that's what she's doing. So you get just all sorts of different things, and then I just say it's really good. It's the second part of the Outsiders War. It's book 2, and there's a big crazy ending to the book that I won't spoil, but it's fantastic. This book has gone from, I wasn't reading it before, but one that they laughed at, where everybody was like, just fucking, this is one of the worst of the worst, to one of DC's best.
One of the shining
Lemire.
moments.
He doesn't write bad comics.
Not often. No, it's pretty rare. Pretty fucking rare. Jumping outside the new 52, but staying in the confines of DC for Smallville, Season 11, Alien number 2. Again, with the renumberings, they're just going to number each arc now as they move forward, which, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's going to be really fucking hard to keep up with that after a while when they're just sitting in your box. Luckily, I'll have them in order, but still, if I drop them, I'm fucked, Yeah. Then I have to look it up on Google.
Yeah, well, they know how much you love to drop a book, so like we're gonna make sure it's all a plan to make sure you don't drop it.
I'll be brief because we're running out of time here, but this is fucking awesome. Like, one of my favorite Smallville issues yet, actually. You got all of the fucking usual suspects. There's a killer out there that's fucking killing people and like putting them in Superman outfits and leaving the bodies out in the street and in Gotham, and Batman and fucking Nightwing and Gordon find them. And
nice.
This is really the issue where you bring back like all the new people they've introduced in the Smallville comics. It's pretty cool. Definitely want to pick that up.
That sounds kind of like what was the animated series, the one where Batman, they had people dressed up as Robin, you kept finding people dead. Was that from the animated series or from some old storyline?
That was from a book. Okay, it was from a recent book I read. I don't remember what it was. I think it was something you let me borrow.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't New 52.
No, it was some older Batman. And then one Marvel book, so I'll get that out of the way real quick. Deadpool number 22. Boy, for the fucking fat, nerdy metalhead comedian and the unheard of writer, these two guys just, like, I don't know if this is one of the best books Marvel's putting out right now, and it certainly wasn't that when Daniel Way had it. Not that it was bad, but these two guys just proving that you can take Deadpool to another level. Like, you can put the comedy in there, and if you give the right amount of action and seriousness, like, you really are onto something special. And I've enjoyed every arc. Like, the last arc was that real heartstringer. This one's back more to the comedy stylings. But this had some fucking laugh out loud moments. So definitely want to give that the highest recommendation possible.
Yeah, for someone whose grandmother wears army boots, it's pretty good.
Dugan!
Yes.
No one other than fucking people we
There's
know.
10 people that know what that means, but if any of them listen to this, they're going to spit out their Coke. See, got going over to Indies. Got Fatale number 19, which didn't know when I read it, but is the beginning of the last arc.
Uh-oh.
And of course, it's Josephine's on the run, and a bunch of people want to summon her and I guess kill her or just look at her again. I don't fucking know, because you never know based on who's after what they're gonna do to her. But
no, it looks like from the last issue though, it looks like the original motherfuckers are back after her. Like, so it's probably all gonna tie.
Yeah, there are people from the
cult.
past that have popped up. So yeah, I mean we know it's wrapping up now, just with 5 more issues to go. So that'll, we'll find that out then. But,
yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Like,
gonna read this book.
It's been pretty good, and this issue is like almost like episode of the TV show quality good.
Nice.
Like, it was really, it's some really fucked up killings in this. There's one of the fucking, they said the Chinese gang sends this fucking team of twins who are like highly trained assassins after the Sons because they're protecting this chick, and they fucking killed those guys, and Tig runs over his fucking head with a motorcycle.
Nice.
It's pretty fucking brutal. It is pretty good. I gotta say, who's Christopher Golden and Damian Calchero. Not familiar with either one of them, but if you like Sons of Anarchy, definitely go pick up this little miniseries.
Nice. And we got over to Sex Criminals number 4, which was magic, as always.
They seem to have been.
Yeah, I mean, just the first page of the book that is what you would expect, just be catching you up on previous events, is always just really funny. But remember last issue, they were about to rob the bank, and they were in their, they had gone to Cum World, as they call it, and then a bunch of people showed up, and you were like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
With this issue, you learn a bit about those people and find out, not really, I mean, it's still kind of a mystery, but you learn a little bit of the backstory of the people that showed up and what their deal is. And I think one of them, when they first show up, they ask them, are you the Cum World Police? And so they find out that there's more people out there that can stop time with the Nookie.
I'm the mayor of Cum
yeah.
World.
Yes. So that happens. And a bunch of other stuff, and it's really fucking funny. The letters section in this book is worth the $3.50.
Dude, always. Image never fails to deliver with the letters. Like, all of their books have great letter columns.
They're especially great in this. There's some really, really good letters and good answers in it. So, yeah, buy Sex Criminals if you like to fucking laugh at all.
Yeah, it comics, hey, that's kind of the connotation, right?
Yeah. And then we got the last book.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week, spoiler, 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 spoiler alert. So, like, I'm about to drop some massive spoilers in this issue. If you don't want to hear them, get your pulse.
Yes.
If you do, then I'm about to talk about them. Holy hell, man. This, like, I can't believe The Walking Dead, 119, All Out War Part 5 of 12.
You would think by this point, like, the main fucking gripe I have with, like, the majority of big events, and Forever Evil is breaking this because they haven't done it. But even in Infinity, even though it was 6 issues, I was like, this could be 3. And with Battle of the Atom, even though I really entertained it, it was fucking 10 issues or 12, and you were like, this could have done in 5. You feel that way in Walking Dead, you're like, how are they going to stretch this up to 12? Well, it's happening, and it's great, every single one.
And they've delivered a dick punch an issue.
Yeah.
While we're talking about dick punches, this was one clean through the taint.
Yeah. There's some really fucked up stuff. Negan is really making the governor look like a fake.
Oh yeah, Negan makes like the governor looks like a bitch made pussy. Like
Negan is like the guy that's going to like fucking punk rock clubs, and the governor was fucking shopping at Hot Topic. That's how much Negan is pissing on the governor with his craziness.
Yeah, so if you read 118, you know that Holly ended up over in the Negan camp.
She took Rick's spot, went in to the camp to cause all the zombies to be able to run into Negan's camp, so they had to fight them off.
And her fate definitely in jeopardy at the end of the issue. We did see Negan murder one of his own men for trying to sexually assault her.
Part of the reason her fate's in the issue is because Negan has mistakenly identified her as Andrea, so he thinks it's Rick's girl.
And surprisingly, Negan and crew escape. They show up at the Rick community. And
they call Rick out for a talk, as he does. Promises that if they just talk, then no blood has to be shed, as he does.
And so they agree to exchange the hostage. Negan sends the hostage over, bag on her head. They ask why she's not talking. They says they got her gagged. Says, okay, fine. They send her over. She's in the fucking community. He opens the gate to talk. They open the fucking hood. And she's already fucking turned. And she fucking bites the motherfuckers.
Yes.
And fucking goddamn it, they are fucked. They are so fucked. And
yeah, it's something crazy.
Oh my god!
You also get to learn that Ezekiel has gone full puss boy.
Oh yeah. After losing Shiva,
he lost his line and a bunch of his people, and figured out he's not made up to be one of the leaders.
No, that he was putting
he's crying. Michonne punches him and says to fucking
tells him to stop being such a pussy.
Yes, exactly. That happened.
It's a fucking great issue. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been so good. I mean, this is like. I guess they never advertised. I mean, I guess, the governor at the prison was kind of a little event, but this is the first, big advertised Walking Dead. This is an event. This is a 12-part event, and much like a lot of things, man, Kirkman is really shitting upon the notion that you can't just have, a fucking excitement. This event is like a season of the show, or even, better shows. And I love The Walking Dead, but even better shows. This is like fucking watching a season of Dexter, where after every episode, you're just like, I gotta see the next one. And every episode, you feel like bad shit's going to happen, and then it does.
And you're still somehow shocked by it.
But there's enough people alive to where you got to keep watching. That's how Walking Dead is. Bad things keep happening, but there's just enough people left alive that you care about that you're like, I gotta see how this ends.
Yeah, just hats off to Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adlard and Image and for keeping that going. Level. Amazing.
And also Charlie Adler for fucking hitting fucking deadlines and getting a book out every month, at least as long as we've been getting it. And fucking.
Well, now they're doing twice a month, and that's been a challenge for them in the past. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you also look at crazy. I mean, he's been on the book since issue 7. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's done a billion of these, so that's awesome. But I mean, now that we know the fucking financial structure of fucking Image, he's getting that scratch. So of course he's like, I'm gonna draw fucking Rick forever. If you just want me to draw Rick, that's it. Every page. Rick shitting, Rick jerking it, Rick yelling Carl. He's like, I'm gonna do that forever because I'm getting fat checks. So fuck y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Tony Moore.
So
hit a deadline, bro.
Yeah, you could have had it all.
He's still having a nice little career, but still.
Yeah, he's made enough career of
He hasn't made that much money, but he's made some money.
Getting in on the first arc of things.
He hasn't got that much. Anyways, that's
it
for this extra long edition. I guess with our last few short ones and nothing to talk about, this makes up for it. And then,
as long as fuck.
We're talking about the Image. There's a shit ton of announcements this week. There won't be anything like that for a while. But next week we'll have more books. And
I know I got Thor, so that's all that fucking matters.
I don't know what I got, but I'm gonna get them.